We got contact! Need help
God, show me the path.
The atmosphere is tolerable for short periods, but I wouldn't want to spend more than 5 or 6 hours here without protection. Something has happened at Garganta. You're alone.
Searching.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video on the freshly released Rundown 6, or better yet, GTFO 1.0. This update came way sooner than I had expected during the Game Awards yesterday, and at the end of the video I'll throw a clip up of our reactions on the trailer. It was really cool. As usual, there will be timestamps in the description and on the play bar below. There's also a lot to unpack here, so the video will be split up into 4 parts, and without further ado, let's get started. Part 1 will be lobby additions, tools, what 1.0 means, the future, etc. Part 2 will be story, levels, and more gameplay mechanics. Part 3 will be patch notes, and Part 4 will be stuff relating to this channel. When you first start the game, you'll be greeted with a rundown log. This log gives you a brief understanding of the rundown as well as boosters and whatnot. More on that later. Once you select A1, the only level that you can select, you will be given randomized default inventory items. Clicking past that, we have an improved layout and better player idle animations. Here's what it was before, and here's what it is now. I'll touch on the new and returned weapons in a second, but for now, you can customize your character by clicking on Inventory. You can change your helmet, torso, pants, backpack, and color palette. Palette mostly being camouflage and whatnot. You can get more items by completing levels. There is no shop as of yet, and for all the worried gamers among you, there will be no loot crate stuff as confirmed by the developers. Thank God. Also, I mentioned this on the stream. I think it'd be really cool if everyone who played during early access got like some early access apparel in-game as a tribute to us being early. Anyways, on to weapons. First off, they removed the following weapons. All 4 original melee weapons, the combat shotgun, the double tap rifle, the heavy SMG, the Hell rifle, and the low RPM machine gun. With the removals, there's also additions. Here's a list of the new and returning weapons. 4 new melee weapons with unique roles. This includes a newly made sledgehammer, a bat, a spear, and my favorite, the knife. The spear is long range and does good amounts of damage. The sledgehammer is more similar to our previous melee weapons. The bat is the all-rounder, and the knife is for up-close, swift attacks. We also have the carbine from Rundown 3, the choke mod shotgun from Rundown 4, the Hell revolver from Rundown 4, the bullpup rifle from Rundown 3, and the new scatter gun. There's also the so massively changed heavy assault rifle that I'm including it here. Now we're moving on to the weapon tweaks and how all of them are changed. This is 2 pages long, so I'm just going to put them up on the screen in order. So pause on the guns that you want to read on. So, on the screen right now, we have the assault rifle, bullpup rifle, burst rifle, carbine, DMR, Hell revolver, machine pistol, regular pistol, sawed-off shotgun, SMG, choke mod shotgun, heavy assault rifle, Hell gun, high RPM machine gun, sniper, and for the tools, the auto sentry has slightly increased damage, increased multi-stagger, and increased ammo capacity, which is insane because its ammo capacity was already insanely large to begin with. Please give us the shotgun sentry back, Jesus Christ. Burst sentry has significantly increased ammo capacity, better targeting, and slightly better burst delay. The sniper sentry has increased damage. Real quick, I want to talk about boosters. They seem to be the same. However, your previous boosters from Rundown 5 have transferred over to Rundown 6. It also looks like they added a bit more slots, so you can hoard all of the boosters. For anyone who's new, GTFO is a game built around being played with 4 players. You can play with less and even solo, but it'll be much more challenging. To combat this, we've had Discord matchmaking, and as of Rundown 4, in-game matchmaking, although I heard that doesn't work very well. However, for those with social anxiety or just being curious, there are no bots you can play with. You can even add them or remove them mid-game. I recorded some of the background gameplay by getting to areas with help of these bots, and I even beat B1 by myself with bots last night. You can command them to put down their sentry or seafoam. I just don't recommend giving them a bio tracker as it's a little buggy.
Scan. Yes.
Double north. That's nice.
Scan. I will do it.
Then do it. Bots can follow certain players, turn off their flashlight, crouch near sleepers, they can't wake up scouts, and they can help in alarm doors. You can command them to give you resource packs, however, apparently they stand in front of sentries? With the new rundown, 10 Chambers has changed the way unlocking new levels works again. All of the 1 levels are primary levels. These levels are related to the game's story. Completing a story level, or primary level, will unlock the extra non-story levels for that tier. So B1 is a story level, and completing B1 will unlock C1 and B2. Completing a story level will unlock the extra non-story levels for extra gameplay. This also heavily reduces the FOMO theory. You can catch up on that in this video. It also appears that the primary story levels only have a main objective and no other side quests. The extra side quests are the extra levels. Plus, B2, C2, and D2 levels have main objectives as well as secondary objectives, formerly known as Extreme, and C3 and D3 have an overload objective on top of all that. D4 has only a main objective. Interesting. Checkpoints are marked with a green circular symbol sprayed on certain security doors. That's a lot of S's. There's one instantly on A1 if you want to go check it out. Anyways, the checkpoints work exactly as expected. With when you and your team dies, you can either quit or return to the last checkpoint. Returning to the last checkpoint teleports you back with the same zoom in effect that a particular item uses. Minor update to the bulkheads as the difficulty names have changed. Hard is now main, extreme is now secondary, and overload is, well, still overload. However, an important note to point out is the main bulkhead door is now a white security door rather than like a big bulging, well, bulkhead door. Just to help like differentiate them a little bit from far away. Heartrate mechanic is to prevent kiting, where you run and jump long distances to avoid enemies. You can full sprint for about 30 seconds before you start to breathe heavily and jump about 4 times. With a combination of the two, your heart rate will quickly skyrocket. If your heart rate gets too high, you will actually start to take damage, so either slow down or stop and take a break. As far as lore goes, I'm not going to be covering any lore as that's not really my thing. But one of my buddies who I played with last night has already released a video talking about some theories surrounding new lore. If that's your fancy, there's a link to that in the description or in the info card now. So the GTFO merchandise store is another thing that they released along with releasing the game. It's currently open for the people who are in the GTFO Discord, and let me tell you, it has some of the coolest merchandise I have ever seen. If you're a good fan of this game, you gotta pick something up. It's a little bit expensive, but some of the stuff on here is absolutely like S tier. I myself am picking up 2 posters in the GTFO soda. Yeah, you bet I'm going to try it in a video. Now I'll be diving into some of the patch notes. They uploaded a huge categorized PDF with all the changes, and I'm not going to read them all. As always, they'll be on the GTFO Discord under patch notes. Here are some that I've picked out that I deemed important. Also, remember, you can skip this part of the video with the timestamps. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around till the end. That's all I got for you today. I got this video out as soon as I could, and it did take me a lot of time. I didn't sleep. If you like GTFO content, please consider subscribing. Also, all GTFO live streams will take place on this channel, and any other game will take place on my second channel, Traveler Live, link in the description. I'll be streaming some more GTFO tonight, so be sure to stick around. We're looking to starting around 11:45 p.m. Eastern Time or 8:45 p.m. Pacific. Alright, thanks for watching. See ya.